Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. The journey into spirituality continues. Do you know what double consciousness is? If you don't, please keep listening and find out how this relates to you. We will also share 3 signs of double consciousness with resolutions. If you are or are not a first time listener, please click subscribe and click the notification button to receive more content. So we're going to move right into the topic, double consciousness and what you need to know. This is a concept and observation that was created and developed in 1903 by African American civil rights mogul, Harvard graduate, writer, sociologist, and genius, W.E.B DuBois. And you can learn more about this concept in the book that was written by him, The Souls of Black Folk. Double consciousness can be summarized as the idea of Black, African, Indian, Latino Americans having awareness of who they are as a people and also what they are perceived as by white American and other cultures. This can be relative to having multiple identities as a means of adaptation and survival based on the systematic and oppressive structure of America. So now that we've shared that information, let's move into the 3 signs of double consciousness. Sign number 1, restriction of being your true self. Have you ever had to be someone totally different than who you really are in a social environment heavily populated with white Americans or other races to make the encounter comfortable? This can extend into festive activities, work, school, college, and I want to pause to say that you, our audience, and our journey into spirituality community, we do want you to be involved in this discussion. So we will be asking questions throughout this video. And the first question that I do want to ask is, as a quote-unquote minority, have you ever been told that you are special, different, or proper? If you've ever experienced this, please feel free to share it in the comment section. Sign number 2, a strong desire to be accepted. An example of this is basically wanting to be recognized, accepted for your true self, your talents, your intelligence, your achievements, your contribution and value to American society without being discriminated against or limited based on your appearance. This can extend into unfair advantages in obtaining status and success, or not being rewarded significantly based on the work and effort that you've invested. As a quote-unquote minority, have you ever been in a situation where someone less qualified than you was hired or promoted to a position that you applied for? And you just had this deep feeling that it had something to do with your appearance, your mannerisms, the way that you look? If you've ever been in this situation, please share with us in the comment section. Sign number 3, identity crisis. We actually have multiple examples of this. The first example is self-hate. And this can be based on the disadvantages of being Black, Indian, or Latino. You simply take on the full identity of white culture to appease and escape the negativity associated with being Black, Indian, or Latino. This can extend into changing your appearance, only socializing with people outside of your race, only dating or marrying people outside of your race. And I have a very controversial question to ask pertaining to dating and marrying outside of your race. As a quote-unquote minority who dates or has married outside of your race, was there a particular reason why? Example number 2 of identity crisis. Not having a sense of true self and ancestral history or culture. This often leads to confusion and uncertainty, a lack of dignity, integrity, confidence, and direction. And this can extend into us only accepting our history as slaves and conquered people when we're so much more than that. And I want to say this. The true patrons of America know their history and they will defend it at all costs. They will defend the structure that has been in place for centuries. So I want you to think about how important history is to them and why it needs to be important to you. Example number 3 of identity crisis: division based on beliefs. Because a lot of us don't have a true sense of who we are as far as our ancestral history, we may have been indoctrinated, enculturated, or we may have gravitated to certain religions and beliefs. And we spend a lot of time debating these differences, and they keep us divided. We need to talk about what we have in common so that we can break this weak foundation of us not having the true respect and freedom that we deserve as people. So those are the 3 signs of double consciousness, and we actually have a reflection of resolutions. And I'm going to begin with recognizing that how we see ourselves is being controlled by external forces. As long as these forces control how we see ourselves, we will never know true freedom or happiness. Start paying very close and detailed attention to who you are as an individual, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Get to know yourself, listen to your body and intuition more without the influence and perception of America and the world. Learn your ancestral history. DNA and genetics play a huge role in enlightenment of who you are and will give more direction on who you can be with pride, integrity, and dignity. History is in your DNA. We also need to start tackling the issues and demons that we deal with as individuals. It's very important for us to heal ourselves first before we attempt to heal others or deal with major external issues that are happening in this country. If we are able to tackle ourselves as individuals, then we will be more effective at tackling external issues and helping other people. It's not outside in, people, it's inside out. You have to change and fix yourself on the inside first. Tackle that. Complete that challenge before you decide to take on others. Or more than likely, you will fail in your mission. So that is the reflection of resolutions based on the 3 signs of double consciousness. So outside of the questions that we've actually asked during the video or during this video, if you actually have an opinion about what has been discussed, or if you have any other questions or concerns, definitely feel free to put that in the comments. Any and everyone is entitled to their own opinion. We definitely advise that you all do reading and research on this topic. It's very eye-opening and interesting. If there's another subject or topic that you would like for us to discuss, definitely also place that in the comment section as well. As I mentioned before, we would love to interact with you, and we are grateful for your presence. If you like the video, please make sure you like it, share it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content. From my family to yours, we wish you love, happiness, peace, prosperity, joy, all things positive. And until next time, be positive.